Matrix exit, an energetic restoration, reverse karma healing. Abigail Pattman, metaphysical biohacker. Introduction. Reverse karma healing, my story. I didn't start as a metaphysical biohacker, it's what I became. I was targeted for my gift and had to find a different way to work. I have an energetic gift that returns energy where it belongs. I didn't know about energetic exchanging. All I knew was I kept being psychically and energetically attacked. What I discovered is a secret that is the core of how the Matrix is controlling everything on Gaia. This book, Matrix Exit, is for anybody that wants to know more about the Matrix and how it operates. You do not need to have a reverse karma healing to read this book. It explains the law of energy and how energy works. Reverse karma healing is a way to ascend all karma, and this is how Matrix Exit is fully accomplished. I hacked the Matrix, but it wasn't enough. People steal energy, and people came after me. This is my story. Reverse Karma Healing, Chapter 1. Reverse karma healing is the only way out of the Matrix. The Matrix is a construct that feeds on all life on Gaia by energetically exchanging energy. What is exchanged in return is disconnected, unconscious energy that causes suffering and separation. Energetic exchanging is also how many people are living. When we look outside of ourselves, we are focusing on something else to help us feel good. This means that we begin to lose our own inner connection and ability to create energy. Energy exchanges. Using external sources for energy means that you are slowly exchanging your own energy. There is a law to energy. Energy works in the same way as the law of volume. Archimedes discovered the law of volume whilst having a bath. He realised that the amount of water spilling from his bath was in proportion to his body's mass. What I learned was that energy works in exactly the same way. Reverse karma healing restores your own energetic mass. Holographic Matrix, Chapter 2. Holographic Matrix is the first book that explains matrix entrapment. I received this information from Arcturians. Arcturians are ascended beings that are not part of the Matrix. However, because of the frequencies I was working with, I was targeted as a source of energy by people that thought that energy was free. I had to stop my heart connection from communicating with the Arcturians because people were also trying to access Arcturians using me. Arcturians were helping humanity ascend beyond the Matrix. They did not know about the law of energy. There are people that target gifted people and use their heart connections as a source of energy. If I continued to communicate with Arcturians using my heart, these people would have energetically exchanged ascended beings, and Arcturians would have been incarcerated back in the Matrix. They would also have had all of their energy exchanged and eaten by these people. Matrix Exit is the second book explaining Matrix incarceration. Thankfully, with this book comes solutions. Matrix Evolution Ascension is karma reverse healing and exits the Matrix. However, because of exchanging, karma reverse healing is the only option possible. Karma reverse healing reverses karma until all of your own natural energy is recovered, which exits the Matrix 100%. holographic matrix and matrix exit. The holographic matrix and what was happening to me. The holographic matrix was created in 2018. It became very popular amongst different movements on social media. I was already opposing many systems, and now I had written a book that was exposing the matrix. What I didn't know was that I had attracted the attention of people that did not want any systems to change. There are many people that benefit from systems that they can take whatever they want, energetically, whenever they want. A healer that was hacking the matrix, returning energy to its owners and growing a following was a threat to most systems within the matrix. I wasn't an occultist, and this went against many systems. Occultism is an intermediary for the matrix. The matrix needs to use people because it is not a living being. Occultism exchanges energy and continues matrix incarceration. People are energetically exchanging because we are taught that everything is connected. The matrix traps us with this. The matrix uses occultism to exchange energy and then takes a percentage of the energy. Occultism is the main thing that people use when they begin working with energy. I had created a way that was breaking me out of the matrix. This meant that people could not exchange as much energy. The holographic matrix, reverse karma healing. Matrix exit explains the law of energy. Reverse karma healing is the complete removal of the matrix and the restoration of our self, 111 Hertz. The holographic matrix was created 8 years ago. Matrix exit was accomplished in 2025. That means that I was hacking the matrix for 8 years. If people hadn't have targeted me, it would have taken 5 years. When people are energetically exchanging, they do not get the same energy because it disconnects as it exchanges and drops in Hertz resonance. What was being exchanged from me was 1111 Hertz. The people doing this got 963 Hertz. 963 Hertz is Fibonacci, the flower of life, and the sacred geometry of the chakra system. It is also known as the creation frequency. The matrix created a way to continue the cycle of suffering. The highest frequency within the matrix is 963 Hertz. When people targeted me, they received 963 Hertz. The matrix took 10%. What I got in this exchange was the unhealed trauma from these people and the 10% of the matrix. Holographic matrix, matrix exit, and karma. Matrix exit and karmically bound. The word spread amongst many scenes that there was a healer that was able to hack the matrix. More and more people began to exchange my energy. Instead of being able to work on the matrix, I was forced to work day and night just to have energy. Exchanging energy makes karma because it merges everybody together. I was trapped. People living next door to me were instigating ways to try and take everything that I had to create 11111 Hertz. All they were doing was exchanging their toxic energy and ripping energy out of me, causing huge suffering for something you can only have with your own energy. I was hacking the matrix because I was trying to heal satanic ritual abuse. What I was doing was exchanging back my own energy from satanic people. So they found a way to take my healing, which they thought was matrix exit. In 2022, I was attacked by multiple cults. I was ripped apart and nearly all of my healing was exchanged. This left me wide open and easy to exchange energy from. So even more people joined in. Thousands of people used me for something that was never true. I spent 8 years being a source of energy for a lot of people. It began after Holographic Matrix. The Matrix has made nearly impossible to exit it because people exchange energy. When you exchange energy, you are merging yourself deeper into the Matrix. The Matrix set up any attempts to hack it by keeping everybody karmically bound. Energetic Shielding, Chapter 3. Energetic shielding is the end of 8 years of 16-hour days. What I found was that I was also working throughout my sleep to clear energy. This means that I learned how to be able to restore myself from energetic exchanging and karmic ties in REM, rapid eye movement, and NREM, non-rapid eye movement. If I didn't continue to work day and night, because I had been ripped open, my energy would have been exchanged completely. I couldn't stop working because there were too many people and I was trapped. I was having to work to remove their unhealed trauma. I was not paid to work 24 hours a day. I was ripped open and then forced to remove other people's energy to stay alive. These people were all living on 963 hertz and telling everybody else to do it. When energy is exchanged completely, you are completely disconnected. If you're completely disconnected from all of your own energy, you do not have your own energy to restore when you sleep. This means that your physical body cannot heal. Energetic shielding saved my life. I could not use any of my intuitive skills because they had all been energetically exchanged. They managed to exchange energetic shielding in the end. Energetic Shielding, Matrix Evolution Ascension, Chapter 4. Matrix Evolution Ascension. Energetic shielding was created after I'd been ripped into shreds. These people had contaminated me with so much unhealed trauma that I was completely disconnected from everything except my connection to my own self. In 2022, I was energetically exchanged by an ambush of so many people that had 1% of my own energy left. Matrix Evolution Ascension was being eaten alive by people that they thought they had Matrix exit. Matrix Evolution Ascension is a hack of thousands of codes that were Matrix free. Energetic exchanging is the Matrix. I had to start all over again. The energetic shielding mission. What is energetic shielding? Energetic shielding is shielding, blocking and protection from negative energy. Negative energy includes technology such as your phone, electrical appliances, Wi-Fi, and negative energy like entities, low vibrations and dense energetic spaces. With energetic shielding, you can shield from negative energy and block it from coming into your home. In this book, there are effective techniques that help to shield and block your surroundings and home from many types of negative energy. It is important to read energetic shielding first before you begin doing the techniques. Energetic shielding has been created in a step-by-step way for maximum protection. It is only available after reverse karma healing, or the energy will be targeted for its frequencies. Following this book in the order that is provided is important because it has been created so that energy is shielded and protected. If you try to skip parts or do not follow energetic shielding in the way it was created, energetic shielding will not work properly. This book is like a personal diary. You're working with your energy and your energy is your private property. Matrix evolution, ascension, duality. The physical world is full of highs and lows. Just as the tide ebbs and flows, we are matrix bound. Ascension, especially on the spiritual scene, is something that everybody wants. After I created Holographic Matrix, I was talking to somebody that was in a spiritual movement. He referred to the accumulation of energy that you needed in order to ascend. I found that odd because what I was doing was recovering energy that belonged to me. If all of our energy was recovered from the Matrix and people, we would ascend karma and the Matrix. Reverse karma healing removes the Matrix construct and people that create duality. Energetic exchanging keeps duality on this planet and all living beings because the Matrix keeps everything merged together for maximum energetic exchanging. This also means that if anybody moves beyond energetic exchanging and has their own energy, the Matrix targets them. Spirituality teaches us that we are all connected and that we are all one. In some spiritual circles, people are taught that ascension can only be achieved if you have accumulated enough energy. The Arcturians call this dark ascension. I was spiritual food for other people's dark ascension, and they did not care if I lived or died because death releases a lot of energy. These people were my friends. Friends is in quotation marks. Matrix evolution ascension versus dark ascension. The spiritual scene. I had not had an easy life. At 31 years old, I left the UK because I wanted to find a life that was free of the trauma that I had already been through. I found a spa in Koh Samui, Thailand, that was 20 years ago a spiritual hub. At the time, it felt like a home to me. I worked as a healer in this spa for a long time. The people that were energetically exchanging me were all people that I had known for 20 years. When I began hacking the Matrix, I was taking away their food. My friends slowly stopped being friends. This was not the only spiritual scene that I knew and frequented, but it was the closest. I didn't understand why people stopped messaging me or inviting me to places. I wasn't intuitive and something about the spiritual scene didn't feel good. The reason that it didn't feel good is because the spiritual scene had turned against me. I was much younger than many of the spiritual people that I knew. Matrix evolution ascension was a threat to their belief systems and the spiritual dogma that they had learned. Instead of talking to me, they turned on me. Dark ascension can only be accomplished if you have enough energy by exchanging it with targets. Genuine healers have conscious connections to higher dimensions. For dark ascension, higher dimensions provide a lot of energy. I was working with Arcturians and that was energy that these people were exchanging. Nobody cared if I got hurt. Dark ascension, occultism. Dark ascension, duality. If people are exchanging energy, then they are exchanging the Matrix onto their targets. This allows the Matrix to energetically exchange targets that were previously 1111 Hertz. Duality is disconnected energy from self. Unknowingly, people are exchanging their own disconnected energy. This means that they are disconnecting themselves and their targets, causing devolution. They need more and more energy to feel connected. Their chosen targets suffer and lose consciousness, leading to an even denser planetary duality. Dark ascension, energetic exchanging. What these people do not know is that they are being energetically exchanged on a much higher level by the matrix. This is because they are accumulating as much energy as they can for their dark ascension. This means that they are controlled by the matrix because the matrix has much more of their energy. These people do not exit the matrix with dark ascension. They still reincarnate into the matrix with far less of their own energy and consciousness than their previous incarnation. Dark ascension, Gaia. More and more people are becoming conscious and looking for a way out of the matrix. The option available is dark ascension. Matrix has deceived us for thousands of years. Dark ascension feeds the matrix, which in return allows people to keep some of the energy that they have exchanged. Because this energy has been disconnected, it has dropped in resonance. Dark ascension calibrates at 963 Hz. Gaia is being energetically exchanged so badly that she cannot recover from the amount of people energetically exchanging. Matrix evolution ascension, 1111 Hz. What is matrix evolution ascension? Matrix evolution ascension is freedom from planetary, universal and galactic matrix incarceration. The planets and their formations are within a matrix construct that categorizes us upon birth. Our lives are interwoven with the planets, moon and stars, constellations. Matrix evolution ascension is freedom from the planets. The matrix has exchanged the universe energetically with our cellular structure. This enforces all living beings to be merged consciously together. We are all one because we are all energetically mixed together for maximum energetic exchanging. Enforcing oneness also enforces matter density. Matrix evolution ascension removes universal enforcements, enabling people to be free of a matrix chosen destiny. The matrix also enforces interdimensional constructs on humanity so that it can exchange any conscious shifts. Genuine spiritual awakenings are very hard to achieve. Spiritual awakenings that come from energetic exchanging are much more common because the matrix can feed itself as well. Matrix evolution ascension removes all matrix enforcements and recovers exchanged 1111 Hz. The beginning of white ascension. Matrix evolution ascension is the beginning of white ascension. White ascension is the ascension of the matrix. Ascension of the matrix is possible with your own energy recovered only. This is because your own energy that isn't mixed with any other sources of energy calibrates at 1111 Hz. Energy that is natural is 1111 Hz. I was working with 1111 Hz. This began when I first started working with energy. The first few clients I had that I worked with using my own natural connection all had serious physical problems. I only had to touch those clients and they were all having powerful experiences. People started talking about it. Something was wrong though because I felt awful. Within a year, I'd become depressed and was diagnosed with malnutrition and my hair was falling out. My friends had all energetically exchanged my gift. Everyone around me was happy. I was so exchanged. I was suffering my childhood trauma and the unhealed trauma of the people that had used me for my gift. I didn't have big shifts with my clients like that again because my gift had reduced. This continued for 18 years. Everything that I did to heal myself and my clients was energetically exchanged on a regular basis. White ascension is the ascension of your own natural energy. and the ascension of karma. If people were connected to their own natural energy and self, they would not need to use other sources of energy. Physical body evolution ascension and white ascension. Physicality and how it shows us what is happening energetically. White ascension recovers our own natural energy. How does this affect our physicality? With reverse karma healing, we no longer accept energetic exchanging because our physical bodies need our own natural energy to heal. Merged energy is disconnected, and disconnected energy cannot heal physical diseases. Our physical bodies do not know the difference between our own energy and merged energy because the matrix exchanges energy upon conception in our mother's womb. That means that our bodies are trying to function on merged and disconnected energy that doesn't belong to us. My body couldn't process food because I couldn't process the amount of energy that had been exchanged. Everything begins as energy, which is already merged with the matrix. Energetic exchanging disconnects us from our ability to heal properly. Physical symptoms and diseases can repeat themselves because energetic exchanging is repeating. Diseases are growing in numbers. A disease is the body not knowing the difference in energy. Diseases that metastasize are showing us what is happening energetically. Energetic exchanging is also genetic. Our bodies are already merged upon incarnation. Energetic exchanging has been happening ever since there was a matrix. Energetic exchanging is how the matrix exists. Reverse karma healing and white ascension is the only ascension back to natural. Physical body evolution ascension, chapter 5. Biology, the matrix, and energetic exchanging. Physical body evolution ascension is the law of energy. The law of energy means restoring your own natural mass of energy. If there was no matrix and no people energetically exchanging, then our body would physically ascend beyond karma and energetic merging. Physical body evolution ascension removes the karmic and metaphysical restraints that have been enforced on us during energetic exchanging. Our own biological process is continuously being exchanged. Symmetry, physical body ascension. If our bodies were only natural energy, then our bodies would be symmetrical. We see symmetry in most plants. This is because most plants are creating oxygen. Clean oxygen is natural, clean energy. That means that plants have more ways of protecting themselves than we do from energetic exchanging. Merged energy cannot create symmetry. The physical body can't become symmetrical because it is constantly addressing issues within its biology with merged energy. Technology and white ascension. The matrix, energetic exchanging, and technology. Reverse healing karma recovers our own natural energy that is 1111 Hertz. 1111 Hertz does not have the matrix in it. 1111 Hertz is our self. Self is the part of us that is beyond duality and karma. Our physical third-dimensional world is the matrix. What happens to us physically begins energetically. My physical circumstances and karma declined gradually over the 8 years that I was hacking the matrix. This is because more and more people were told that they could exchange the work that I was doing. This led to energetic exchanging that was so severe that all I could do was maintain my connection to my work in order to continue hacking the amount of energetic exchanging taking place. I was trapped in a loop because whatever I did to protect myself was feeding all the people that had targeted me for what they thought was Matrix exit. This is how my life turned into a living nightmare. Energetically, I was so exchanged all of the time that I was trapped emotionally, physically, and energetically. People heard about me and the energy that I was working with and began to move in around me so that they could be closer and steal even more of my energy. I also lost the protection against technology. Energetically, I was already contaminated so badly that it began to happen in my physical life. 1111 Hertz protects from technology. I was now also full of AI. What was done to silence me so people could eat? The last 3 years of my life was the worst 3 years that I had ever experienced. I'd been ripped wide open and these people were now in my physical body. More and more of these people moved in physically around me. If they weren't exchanging me, they either moved out or listened to these people and became like them. For me, this meant that I couldn't even leave my home because I had no protection against these people anymore. Because my physical body was also being ripped apart, my weight plummeted and rumours began that I was dying. What I had managed to accomplish was the beginning of physical body evolution ascension. There was a small percentage of my physical body that could not be energetically exchanged. This is how I survived something so horrific that all I could do was hide in my home and be energetically exchanged to the point of only working to feed energetically my attackers. Physical body ascension, 1111 Hertz. 1111 Hertz cannot be energetically exchanged. Reverse karma healing is the physical body returning to 1111 Hertz. 1111 Hertz can't be energetically exchanged because 1111 Hertz is your own natural energy and becomes 963 Hertz when it's exchanged. I was a target of people that did not want anybody ascending physically or thought that they could steal my physical ascension. There are people that have ascended eating and drinking. They're called breatharian. These people are living on outside sources, the sun, Gaia, universe, and some, humanity, animals and nature. They're not using their own natural energy. Breatharians are on 963 Hertz. They give the Matrix so much energy from exchanging that the Matrix rewards them by allowing them to live on 963 Hertz. Breatharians still age and the body still gets sick. What I found was breatharian, in quotation marks, 1111 Hertz. The Matrix could not exchange this. These people could. The word spread that my work could also help people to become breatharian. In the last 3 years, I was ripped open and my physical body was now a target for more and more spiritual movements, people and anybody that wanted free energy. Nobody cared that I was dying, in quotation marks. More and more people joined in. Fortunately, the small percentage of my body that couldn't be exchanged kept me alive long enough for me to find a way to escape from non-stop energetic rape. Physical body evolution, ascension and healing. Physical body evolution ascension means that your physical healing is being restored back to 1111 Hertz. Growing old and aging is part of our lives. It has always happened to all life on Gaia. Stars and even our sun will eventually cease to exist. The Matrix is a construct existing on the energy of everything that it has exchanged. Reverse karma healing is the beginning of 1111 Hertz restoration throughout the physical body. Before I was ripped open energetically, I was being exchanged energetically only. Once I was wide open and so many people had invaded my physical body, parts of my body were also being ripped apart. So much energy was being exchanged that my throat became numb, where I was being targeted and I was unable to digest food. It was clear that people targeting me knew what they were doing. These people not only wanted Matrix exit, they wanted everything. My fight to stay alive. The Matrix and my clients. Most of my clients were also involved in the attempt to take away everything that I was working on. They may have started with a genuine interest in Matrix exit, but in the last year, nearly all of them began exchanging my energy. This was the worst part for me because I'd become friends with many of my clients. Had a group chat on social media where they could contact each other. I also included other healers. One healer in particular began doing the same work as me with my clients. Energetic exchanging and my clients. I wanted to work with other healers because they had other skills to offer. The main other healer in my channel claimed to be working with her own connection. If she was working with her own connection, why does she need to be in my channel working with my clients and suddenly doing the same work as me? I was so badly exchanged, all I could do was work. I did not know about energetic exchanging. What was in my channel pretending to support me was one of the most vicious people out of all of them. She energetically exchanged nearly everything and stole nearly all of my clients. I was incredibly naive. I actually thought I could trust people. I was disappearing for periods of time because of huge energetic exchanging. Other healers targeted my clients, my channel, my reputation, and even my life, friends, and lifestyle. The majority of my clients were having sessions with me and also exchanging my energy. I made it clear that if my clients were using outside sources of energy, that they could not also have Matrix exit. What I found was that most of my clients were exchanging their unhealed trauma onto me, having to live with unconsciousness. Physical body ascension and soul. Physical body evolution ascension is impossible to achieve using outside sources of energy for physical ascension. The information I was telling my clients was nothing new. Thousands of years ago, Buddha showed people how to meditate so that they could connect to their own self. He also showed people that self was beyond thoughts, emotions, and duality. Buddha also spoke about this reality being an illusion. People created a religion around Buddha. Buddhism is known about globally. The difference between Buddhism and a lot of other religions is that Buddha was only with his self. Our soul is what is spoken about in other religions and focused on. Self cannot be energetically exchanged. The soul can. The soul is the part of us that is the complete property of the Matrix. When we die, our soul leaves our body and is transported back to the Matrix for reincarnation. It is our soul that is the vehicle that inhabits our physical body. When we create or feel emotions, that is our soul. Our soul is our light. When energy is exchanged, it is the soul that is being used. For physical body evolution ascension to be possible, the soul needs to be recovered and restored to 1111 Hertz. Energetic exchanging exchanges the soul until there's no soul left. This is how humanity is devolving. When we are merged together, it is causing soulless and unconsciousness. Physical body evolution, ascension and soul. Because me and my animals were restoring our souls to 1111 Hertz, it had attracted the worst kind of people. I had already suffered satanic ritual abuse. This had already drawn attention to something very evil that is happening on our planet. There are people that target souls. I'd always been a target for my energy. All energetic exchanging is lowering the resonance of the soul and keeping it merged with people and the Matrix. There are certain people that target the soul only. These people do not want how this is happening to be exposed, or anybody or anything escaping their soul consumption. What happened to me and my cats was satanic abuse. It was planned and executed over 11 years because I had previously exposed satanic ritual abuse. I ended up trying to keep us alive while my neighbours told everybody I was crazy and dying. Matrix exit and your soul. Physical body evolution ascension, matrix exit. Physical body evolution ascension is the removal of the matrix from the soul. The soul is the most energetically exchanged part of all humans, Gaia, and all living beings. This enables the matrix to live on the energy of everything living. Who benefits from being in a matrix construct? The humans that know about dark ascension and want to reincarnate with money, power and control over humanity and all living beings. Energetic exchanging at this level means that these people have no connection to their own souls. The more energy that they exchange, the more they want. Energetic exchanging feeds the ego. The ego needs more and more because it's never fulfilled. Physical body evolution ascension begins with full soul restoration. The soul is the part of us that needs to be liberated from the matrix. I was recovering myself from some very nasty people that had been using me for energetic food my entire life. People like this think that they own this planet and all living beings. What I was doing was removing myself from satanic ownership. Physical body evolution ascension is also the full integration of the soul throughout the physical body. If the soul is fully integrated, it can no longer be used as energetic food. Reverse karma healing was and is something that takes away the energetic food from the matrix and the people that are using energy to eat alive all life on Gaia. Incandescence, Flame, Evolution, Ascension, Chapter 6. Relationships and finding freedom from energetic exchanging. True relationships are very hard to find in the Matrix. This is because so much of our real energy has been exchanged that finding somebody that is complementary with you energetically is difficult. If you do have close connections, then you also have the matrix monitoring the energy that your connection creates. Love connections create 1111 hertz. People prey on people that are loving because they rely on outside sources of energy to feel love. Incandescent flame is your connection to your own soul. We have been taught that we have a soulmate or twin flame that is energetically connected to us. This makes us attracted to people that we have merged energy with. The matrix has also created love matches. We live in a matrix that is a construct that determines who we will be attracted to. We also have exchanged energy from previous incarnations. It's possible to fall in love with your own energy mixed in another person. Incandescence Flame Evolution Ascension recovers your love for you. Many people feel that they are not complete if they're not in a relationship. Yourself is love. So many people have lost their connection to their self that they look for love in another person. Incandescent flame and gender. Spirit family. Your spirit family is energetically compatible people that you're drawn to because you are creating a high energetic resonance when you are together. There is now a growing movement around people being able to choose what their energy and gender means to them. In holographic matrix, the matrix manipulation of transgenderism is spoken about. But what about the movement that is happening today regarding people choosing to change their gender or not to identify with either, or to identify as both male and female? Choosing your gender does not come from yourself, because self is non-duality. With new generations, there are new ways of evolution and new ways that the system and the matrix will use this new energy to exchange from. The choice of your gender originates at soul level. There are souls that are being incarnated into the wrong gender bodies. Reverse karma healing is for the restoration of connection to yourself. It also recovers your organic energy, which supports your choice of body. Incandescence, flame and love. Non-duality. Love, non-duality and personal choices. The Matrix has merged humanity in what spirituality calls the collective consciousness. Once energy has been exchanged from its original source, it is no longer connected. It is also known as the collective unconscious. Our energy has been exchanged so that we are all merged together. We are not in a collective consciousness. We are merged into something that is very unconscious. Incandescence flame evolution ascension recovers your own natural energy, that is your ability to love. Who you love and choose to be intimate with is your choice. What reverse karma healing does is removes the matrix and people, preventing the matrix from interfering with your choice of gender or sexual identity. If you are a non regarding any of the above, so is yourself. Self is non-duality. If love is not identifying with duality and physicality, there are also people that don't either. Ultimately, incandescence flame evolution ascension recovers your natural, clean energy supporting your choices. The more of your own energy you can recover, the more you can make a choice regarding your sexual identity. Incandescence flame and race. Non-duality. Love, non-duality and personal choices. Self does not distinguish what race you incarnated into this current incarnation. This planet clearly uses the colour of people's skin and racism as a way to maximise exchanging. I remember being a small child and looking at my arm and thinking, why am I white? We are determined by our colour and gender because the matrix needs divide and conquer. Sadly, in the pursuit of justice and recognition for equality, your race and gender can be judged. Reverse karma healing and yourself is non-dualistic. The matrix can also incarnate people into countries and bodies that are energetically incompatible with previous incarnations. Being born into the wrong gender is now recognised. It is possible in the future there will be also recognition of being born into the wrong race. The Matrix has engineered many ways to merge energy so that we incarnate into the physical origins and bodies that do not resonate with what and who we are energetically. Incandescence flame and self. 1111 Hertz. 1111 Hertz and feeling connected. Most people have no idea what the resonance of 1111 Hertz feels like. When it comes to energetic exchanging, their resonance is 963 Hertz at first. This does not last long, and because they have found a way to feel connected, they continue to energetically exchange. The difference is that they are locked into needing energetic exchanging to feel connected. Energetic exchanging works the same way that addictions work. Everything is great when you have your supply. When you don't, your emotions spiral out of control. For the people that are not energetically exchanging but are sources of food, it is even worse. These people are being disconnected from their own connection to their self. When they are disconnected, they don't just experience seesaw emotions. They can experience depression and separation, leading to feeling nothing at all. Reverse karma healing is the beginning of 1111 Hertz resonance and connection to yourself. It is about staying connected without intense emotions. 1111 Hertz is peaceful. Peace does not seesaw. Incandescence Flame Evolution Ascension helps to begin calibration to 1111 Hertz so that love remains constant. Incandescence Flame and Friends. Reverse karma healing. How we attract relationships. I was not just dealing with ordinary people that were using outside sources of energy. I was targeted by dark ascension fanatics that were dark occult. Cult in inverted commas. When I began to recover my energy, like any addict, these people did everything they could to keep their supply. I had no option but to continue working while they fed on a constant supply of my energy. What these people had done was energetically exchange all of my energy, so I had to create more. All evolution ascensions were nearly completely exchanged, and all my friends cared about was taking more. Escaping from the home that I had lived in for 12 years was all I could do. How do you do that when everyone around you is now exchanging any energy that you have regarding people actually helping you? Friends are the people that you resonate with. To recover my energy, I needed to live somewhere else and to have people around me that were actual friends. Incandescence Flame Evolution Ascension recovers your friend connection. Friends and intimate relationships resonate at the resonance you are. Even though I was creating 1111 Hertz, that was not my resonance. I had been food all of my life. I had always attracted people that exchanged my energy. It was no surprise that the people that I knew had turned against me. Reverse karma healing is the recovery of your ability to have people in your life that are good for you. Soul Purpose Evolution Ascension, Chapter 7. Soul Purpose Evolution Ascension and our souls. Incarnating into the Matrix means that most people do not know what their soul purpose is. If our souls are incarnating over and over again, and each time we incarnate, the matrix and energetic exchange emerges us further into the matrix construct, how are we supposed to know? Our soul purpose is part of our soul. The biggest problem is that people are also exchanging their energy, so they are also merging the energy of their souls. I was hacking the matrix with the help of the Octurians. Because the matrix was being forced back onto me with all of the energetic exchanging, I was not doing my own soul purpose. What I was doing was hacking the matrix so that I could escape energetic exchanging. Was this the reason that so many people turned against me as well? Your soul purpose evolution ascension. Soul Purpose Evolution Ascension, Reverse Karma Healing. Incarnating into the Matrix means that the more times that you have incarnated, the more of your soul has been merged with other people's energy. The part of your soul that is affected by this is your soul purpose, because your soul purpose is your calling. Your soul is your unique resonance. Within your resonance is your soul purpose. A reverse karma healing begins the full recovery of your soul, which begins the recovery of your true soul purpose. Soul purpose, evolution, ascension, creating networks in your brain. So much of our energy has been merged that a lot of our brain is a mystery to science. Merged energy is not connected to its natural source. Our brain needs our own natural energy for it to use the parts of it that scientific research cannot understand. Reverse karma healing recovers your soul to its natural form. The soul, fully integrated throughout the physical body, is the energy that is needed to create the networks in the brain that restores your soul resonance. Soul purpose, evolution, ascension, soul. Your soul purpose is achieved by restoring your soul resonance to 1111 Hertz. The matrix merges souls together. When souls incarnate, they are full of merged energy that attracts you to people with your energy. We are now living in a matrix that reincarnates us with people that we have known in previous incarnations so that it can merge our energy further. Reverse karma healing recovers energy that has been merged into other people's souls. It also recovers soul purpose timelines. Your soul purpose timeline, 1111 Hertz. Soul purpose, evolution, ascension is the recovery of a timeline that begins to resonate at 1111 Hertz. White Ascension 1111 is your energy ascending to 1111 Hertz. 1111 Hertz is your natural tone. Our physical realities are all vibrating with tones. Each dimension also has a tone. Solfeggio pure tones are 174 Hertz, the first dimension. 285 Hertz, the second dimension. 396 Hertz, the third dimension. 417 Hertz, the fourth dimension. 528 Hertz, the fifth dimension. 639 Hertz, the sixth dimension. 741 Hertz, the seventh dimension. 852 Hertz, the eighth dimension. And 963 Hertz, the ninth dimension. How do we get to 1111 Hertz? In the holographic matrix, the Octurian spoke about 11 dimensions. The matrix has enforced its construct of energetic exchanging into our 9 dimensions. That is why energetic exchanging will never be able to have any kind of ascension that takes people out of the matrix. All it does, as I discovered, was merge all of these people onto my timeline. I had also shared my dimension and solfeggio discovery on my social media channel. Thinking back, I know this was not very clever. When I was attacked by these people, it was solfeggio pure tone that they targeted. I had my dimensions ripped out of my physical body. The timeline that I was exchanged with was a timeline full of nasty people. Energetic shielding and Syrians. Syrians and how they protected me. Energetic shielding was created after I had been ripped apart. I was so intuitive that there were other ways that I learned after having all of my usual ways energetically exchanged. My timeline was a timeline full of these people and the dark forces that they were using. I was not just dealing with people. I was dealing with dark forces and the dark realms that was now my world. Energetic shielding prevents all different kinds of energetic exchanging. Energetic shielding was working to shield, block, self-cleanse and to protect me from negative energy that exchanged with my own natural energy. Energetic shielding was shown to me by the Syrians. Sirians are also ascended beings that cannot be energetically exchanged because Sirians know about energetic exchanging and how it operates. Energetic shielding gave me the protection that I needed to recover my energy and the information that I needed to explain what had happened. It is now only available after reverse karma healing, matrix exit, because these people found a way to steal that as well. The 10th and 11th dimensions. The first 9 dimensions are heavily enforced and energetically exchanged by the matrix. The matrix cannot exchange energy from the 10th and 11th dimensions. It cannot resonate high enough because when 1111 Hertz is exchanged, it immediately drops to 963 Hertz. 1111 Hertz is only 1111 Hertz when it is connected to self. Dark Ascension is a distorted 963 Hertz that is what is known in the spiritual scene as false white light. This is because when energy is exchanged, it exchanges with 1111 Hertz that has been disconnected from pure tone. The 963 Hertz received from 1111 Hertz that has now dropped in resonance is also disconnected energy. That means that it is no longer solfeggio pure tone ether. Like a drug, it provides a hit of energy and then it runs out. The 10th and 11th dimensions can only be felt by the heart. Occultism uses outside sources. This connects occultists into their outside source and disconnects them from their own hearts. The Dimensions Beyond the Matrix, Chapter 8. Trauma and how the Matrix continues the cycle of suffering. The dimensions beyond Matrix enforcements and energetic exchanging cannot be hacked. The Arcturians, Sirians and other ascended beings that were helping me have all ascended physicality. This is because dimensions that are not enforced by the matrix are not being energetically exchanged, which lowers resonances and disconnects, causing density. The spiritual scene tells us that we chose to incarnate into physical bodies for the sensory experience. It also tells us we can create our own reality. If either of those were true, then why isn't everybody abundant, healthy and free of trauma? Trauma is not a choice. Nobody enjoys the sensory experience of being traumatised. The realities created from trauma are not realities that anybody wants or chooses. Trauma is a cycle of suffering and it continues because of energetic exchanging. Matrix enforced dimensions were once dimensions that were 1111 Hertz. The matrix is using energetic exchanging, causing trauma so that humanity, all living beings and Gaia continue to suffer. We were all once 1111 Hertz. Timeline Evolution Ascension. Chapter 9. How reverse karma healing recovered energetic shielding and timeline evolution ascension. Your current timeline is a timeline that is open to energetic exchanging from the matrix and people that your energy is merged with. This continues trauma. Reverse karma healing is the beginning of a timeline that cannot be energetically exchanged or merged. Timeline evolution ascension is the ascension of any collective consciousness or collective unconsciousness. Timeline evolution ascension is the law of energy and the removal of the matrix law. Timeline evolution ascension is also the removal of karmic ties and cycles. Because there are humans knowingly energetic exchanging, energetic shielding can only be used after full reverse karma healing and matrix exit. Energetic shielding creates 1111 hertz, and anybody using it will become a target by people like I was. It can't be exchanged after karma ascend and matrix exit. Timeline evolution, ascension and soul. Timeline evolution, ascension, soul purpose. Timeline evolution ascension means that your soul purpose is safe on a timeline free of the matrix. This means that your ability to create can no longer be energetically exchanged or merged energetically by the matrix or people, because people are merged together. Many people never find out what their soul purpose is. The matrix does not want people happy and fulfilled naturally. It relies on people energetically exchanging to feel happy, knowing that elsewhere this is causing suffering. Timeline evolution ascension, timeline. The matrix and people energetically exchanges our energy that is creative and peaceful. What we get exchanged in return is trauma. This repeats the same trauma over and over again, keeping us locked in timelines that causes the trauma to repeat itself physically. Reverse karma healing reverses energetic exchanging, which reverses traumatic timelines. Trauma is a situation where energy was exchanged and it left trauma from the exchanger. Reverse karma healing recovers the energy exchanged from traumatic events, and this changes traumatic timelines. Timeline evolution ascension, the law of energy. The law of energy is the recovery of your own energetic volume. Your energetic volume holds all ascensions and is only 1111 hertz. A merged energetic volume is carrying a merged timeline with everybody that you have karmic ties or cycles with energetically. Reverse karma healing reverses energetic timelines. Because so many people were using me for energy, my massive energy was so infested and merged that I had to not only deal with these people energetically, but physically too. Timeline evolution ascension split. What is a timeline split? It was clear that I was trying to remove people from my timeline that treated me like an addict treats drugs. I was used to get high. When the energy ran out, they attacked me. Now that I was ripped apart, I was creating an endless supply of energy that they could take any time they wanted. What happened to me was a calculated attack so that these addicts could get a permanent high. Humanity is not evolving at the same time. How can it when there are people energetically exchanging everything and using energy like a drug? Psychologically, it is acknowledged that addictions prevent emotional growth because addictions are used to suppress emotions. If energy is also a way for people to avoid themselves, what is happening to these people emotionally? These people that claim to be my friends were all involved in energetically exchanging and getting high on my energy. They all stopped contacting me. None of them cared what was happening to me. To this day, I don't know what they told themselves to justify what they were doing. Humanity cannot evolve collectively because energetic exchanging makes a collective ascension impossible. Timeline evolution ascension is the ascension of trauma. As your own natural energy is recovered, it cannot be energetically exchanged. A timeline split is splitting from the cycle of suffering, which is exchanged trauma. Nature evolution ascension. Self-sufficient. Chapter 10. Reverse karma healing. Nature evolution ascension is how we can help the planet and her inhabitants. If we do not use outside sources of energy, and we are creating our own energy, then we are on the way to becoming energetically self-sufficient. Nature Evolution Ascension is the recovery of our own ability to create clean, natural energy that calibrates to 1111 Hertz. As we evolve beyond the cycle of suffering, there is a future possible where we do not need to feed on living beings to survive, energetically or physically. Reverse karma healing restores 1111 Hertz. The 11th dimension is 1111 Hertz and beyond the cycle of life. Nature Evolution Ascension 1111. Nature Evolution Ascension, New Way. Reverse karma healing is about creating a new way of being around toxic energy so that it doesn't exchange with yours. Without the matrix and people, your energy can recover back to its natural state much faster. Our planet has been merged so badly that she cannot regenerate herself fast enough. Energetic exchanging also creates trauma and suffering, leading to unconscious behaviour. This is obvious as our planet is being destroyed energetically and physically. Nature Evolution Ascension, Self. Nature Evolution Ascension is about moving away from needing outside sources of energy and eventually becoming energetically self-sufficient. Currently, humanity is the biggest threat to our planet's survival and many species of plants and animals. Reverse karma healing is the recovery of your own energy from the matrix and all living beings. This reconnects you to yourself. Self is the ability to create 1111 Hertz. Energetic exchanging is not needed if you're connected to self because you are creating your own energy. Nature Evolution Ascension, New Timeline. Nature Evolution Ascension is your timeline evolution ascension. Evolution Ascension is about choosing your own energy and self. Reverse karma healing is your right to choose a new way of being with your own energy. Energetic shielding after you have 100% of your own energy and have fully exited the matrix is an easy daily energetic practice that you can do to help your home and surrounding area. You can also create clean energy that is 1111 Hertz. Avatar Evolution Ascension, Chapter 11. The Matrix and its Gaming Construct. Avatar Evolution Ascension is the recovery of freedom from suffering. The Matrix and people have used energetic exchanging to merge themselves throughout our energy, which then ends up in our physical bodies. The Matrix operates in the same way that online games work. Because of energetic exchanging, we are all creating together. We are essentially a Matrix gaming construct. In some online games, there are different groups of people competing against each other, and each level gets harder and harder to complete. I did not have a group of people to work with because nobody could help me. I was on my own with 5 cats. I completed Matrix Exit on my own whilst under seriously extreme pressure. I actually completed it many times, but people kept energetically exchanging it. What they didn't do was exit the Matrix themselves because they were Matrix bound. Avatar Evolution Ascension and Games. The Matrix is one big gaming construct. Avatar Evolution Ascension is the recovery of our ability to live in the present moment. We are not experiencing karma when we are in the present because we're not in the past or the future. It is our reactions that the Matrix uses to energetically exchange. I was able to avoid a large amount of energetic exchanging because I was taught how to survive by nature. When I was energetically exchanged to 1% of my energy, I should have gone insane. I was ripped apart and merged with dark forces and the toxic energy of my attackers. This left me in a reality so dark that the most accurate description that I could give was trapped in a horror movie online game that lasted 3 years. If I had not spent 20 years working with energy, my speciality, removing black magic and dark forces, I would probably have been trapped in that reality for the rest of my life. I fought back. What I also knew from hacking the Matrix was that I was now in a simulated reality that had been enforced on me by cults and stupid people. Over the next 3 years, I was forced to fight for my energy over and over again against people that worked together from different systems and movements. There was one of me and thousands of them. What had begun as something that everybody was interested in was now a fight for my life. If you run out of energy, you die. These people had not hacked the Matrix and they did not know how it worked. What ended up happening to me and my cats was that these people tried to use us as a sacrifice. Avatar Evolution Ascension and my avatar. What is a Matrix-free avatar? Avatars are used in games, on social media, and we also have movies featuring avatars. Avatars are our digital identities. I completed a lot of video games in my teenage years and 20s. I actually had to give my games console away because I could disappear for long periods of time. I would play video games all day and all night. I decided that I needed to stop playing video games because I was spending all my time on them. Many of the people targeting me did not know how video games worked. The ones that did not know how energy worked. None of them had any connection to their own self. I was not just a healer. I had learned how to hack the Matrix. That means I was an intuitive techie. I was also, in my past, a gamer. When you play video games, the layout is usually pretty similar. We live in a matrix that enforces its virtual reality into our realities. A lot of movies and games are telling us how the matrix operates. We have all grown up in a matrix. Is it any surprise that when we play games, that we are actually playing games that are different matrices? The definition of matrix is mathematical numbers in a system. I was an intuitive matrix reader. I could also read timelines. This was an ability I acquired whilst reading the tarot cards. I was using my own connection when I read tarot. I had, however, learned numerology and what the occult version of the cards meant. I already knew that we have multiple timelines based on how we react to situations. A matrix-free avatar is what we have learned to adapt to in matrix incarceration. Avatar Evolution Ascension 1111. Avatar Evolution Ascension Growth. If the matrix is just one big gaming arena, then it is no wonder that survival of the fittest is the biggest game of all. Humans have conquered countries and dominated races throughout history just because they could. A Matrix avatar has learned how to survive with the tools that it has learned by. Reverse karma healing recovers exchanged energy from the Matrix and people that has been stolen when we have been learning new things and growing. Avatar Evolution Ascension Networks. When we are growing, our brain is creating new networks. New networks create new energy. The Matrix and people energetically exchange this energy, which can explain why some people find it really difficult to finish projects that they have started. It also explains how somebody can begin something new, full of energy, and then get bored or lose interest very quickly. Recovering energy from past learnings and teachings also helps to make the things you have learned interesting again. Avatar Evolution Ascension, White Magic. One of the biggest energetic exchanging that is happening to people is the exchanging of white magic. Real white magic is energy that is 1111 hertz. Everybody was born with 1111 hertz energy. If you watch children play, you can see that they're creating all kinds of adventures. As we get older, we lose that sense of wonder. Reverse karma healing prevents all kinds of energetic exchanging. It also reverses energetic exchanging while sleeping and dreaming, because this is where a lot of exchanging occurs. When we are asleep, our body is healing, and this is where we are naturally creating 1111 hertz. Reverse karma healing, shift. Chapter 12. What to expect after reverse karma healing. Reverse karma healing is the beginning of your energetic shift as a matrix-free being. Reverse karma healing, shift, is freedom from the matrix and matrix-bound behaviour. The matrix is a construct that enforces energetic exchanging so that it can continue feeding on your energy. Removing the matrix is the first step to recovering all of your energy. The recovery process differs from person to person depending on age, health, and the amount of energy that has been exchanged. The shift is your transformation process as your energy and physical body begins to calibrate and restore itself back to 1111 hertz. Karma Ascend Shift, 1111 hertz. Karma Ascend Shift and White Ascension 1111. Ascending karma shifts our resonance to 1111 hertz. Our natural energy has been so merged and energetically exchanged by the matrix and people that most people do not know what 1111 hertz feels like. If they did, they would not settle for 963 hertz, false white light, that they get from outside sources of energy. Reverse karma healing ascends all of your karma. Occultism is the trap that many people have fallen into searching for ascension. Occult ascension is the accumulation of enough energy to ascend into multi-dimensions when your soul leaves your body upon death. This can be achieved by energetic exchanging humans and other beings. However, this continues the cycle of suffering and you still reincarnate back into the matrix because you still have karma. Occult ascension is dark ascension and it's the reason for mass unconsciousness on Gaia. White ascension is ascension because all energy has been recovered to 1111 hertz. 1111 hertz is not creating karma because full reverse karma healing resulting in matrix exit prevents all merging and energetic exchanging. 1111 hertz is the highest frequency to be living and creating from. Reverse karma healing, self. Chapter 13. Self and energetically sufficient. Reverse karma healing is the reconnection of yourself. Self is our liberation from needing outside sources of energy. Reverse karma healing is the beginning of becoming energetically self-sufficient. The matrix and people enforce so much energetic exchanging that the parts of our energetic infrastructure needed for White Ascension 11111 have separated. Energetic exchanging has merged energy that does not belong to us to the point where it has integrated with our physical body. Reverse karma healing recovers 1111 hertz throughout the body. This means that the body begins to heal from energetic exchanging, merging, and can also reject energy that is trying to exchange with it. Once reverse karma healing is complete, the physical body exits the matrix and is free. Reverse karma healing, self-cleansing. What is self-cleansing? Self-cleansing is only possible if your self is reconnected throughout your physical body. Reverse karma healing reverses all energy that does not belong to you. This reconnects yourself energetically and physically. Self-cleansing is how your physical body begins to calibrate to 1111 hertz. Self-cleansing means that your self is now able to restore your energy back to 1111 hertz. The spiritual scene talks about ascending into the fifth dimension. The fifth dimension is still enforced by the matrix and physicality. 11111 is a number to get excited about when you see it around you. Nobody can really explain why ascension is the fifth dimension or why 1111 is so significant. What I found was that when I began my spiritual life, that is when I was energetically exchanged to the point of having to experience my childhood trauma repeatedly. Who controls the spiritual movement? Who really thinks that everything is perfect? I found that even my therapist was telling me that ascension was collective. Who decided that? When did people that think they are becoming more conscious accept this information? I began seeing a therapist because nothing else was working for me. My therapist told me that I was doing my healing for the people that couldn't. This is what she was telling me psychologically. I spent 2 years in therapy to repeat the same traumas over and over again. Self-cleansing is your ability to recover your energy from dogma and trauma, because dogma also exchanges energy. Self-cleansing versus our current healing model. I was an advocate for therapy because I felt that I had more questions answered there than on the spiritual path. What I did learn that was massively beneficial when it came to navigating through 8 years of serious energetic exchanging was how to work with separated parts of my personality. This was also very beneficial to my avatar. The current healing model that we have in the Matrix is that we are healing layers of trauma. Because of energetic exchanging, this is what it looks and feels like. We are also told that after healings, we can have a healing crisis. This is what occurs after a healing. The Matrix does not want anybody to heal. I was self-healing for 20 years. Energetic exchanging exchanges our healings. This keeps us in a time loop where we are trapped in the same trauma. There was no other option from inside the Matrix construct. Self-cleansing is a way to recover energy from energetic exchanging. This prevents reoccurrence. Reverse karma healing and chakra wheels. What are chakras? The energetic meridians are the most energetically exchanged and merged by the matrix. Reverse karma healing removes the matrix construct from what the spiritual scene calls chakras. What we see in pictures of chakras and surrounding energy bodies is what energetic exchanging is doing to our energy. Reverse karma healing recovers the surrounding energy bodies so that they are back inside the physical body. Chakras are matrix-enforced energetic meridians. They are said to spin clockwise or anti-clockwise depending on their location. Energetic exchanging is what makes chakras spin anti-clockwise. This pulls our energy outside of our bodies. Reverse karma healing removes the chakras so that the energy meridians only spin clockwise. This enables alignment within the body. Reverse karma healing and Kundalini. Reverse karma healing recovers your Kundalini life force throughout your physical body so that it can no longer be energetically exchanged by the matrix or spiritual fanatics, which is what happened to me. If the matrix cannot energetically exchange your Kundalini life force, it is unobtainable for any energetic exchanging because your life force is the part of you that is what keeps you alive. Currently, there is only one kind of Kundalini awakening in the matrix, and that is 963 Hertz. This Kundalini awakening leaves people open because energy shoots from the root chakra up through all of the chakras. It leaves you open because chakras are wheels that are matrix enforcements. Energetic exchanging occurs after the actual awakening because the matrix can then take part of yourself. Reverse karma healing prevents any kind of access that leaves you open to exchanging or stealing yourself, life force or Kundalini. Self cannot be exchanged or merged, but it can be stolen. Reverse karma healing and life force. What are nadis? Your life force is the most important part of your energy. Without your life force, you wouldn't have incarnated onto this planet because your life force is your energetic connection to yourself. The matrix keeps you incarnating onto Gaia because your life force is essentially a lifeline. When you have used up all of your energy, you die. My attackers targeted my life force and merged themselves into it so that they always had a way to energetically exchange all of my energy. Before the attack in 2022, I was able to maintain some kind of life. Once I was ripped open, I slept at least 12 hours a day and hardly left my home. Everywhere I went, I was energetically exchanged. The matrix has enforced our energetic meridians with chakra wheels that spin anti-clockwise. When our energetic meridians are clockwise, they are healthy. Anti-clockwise is energetic exchanging. We also have nadis. These weave from our root energetic meridian to our throat energetic meridian and also our nostrils. What we should have is one energetic meridian that is one long life force. When we breathe, both of our nostrils should have an equal amount of air inhaled and exhaled. The nadis, like the chakras, are matrix energetic exchanging enforcements. Kundalini awakenings are when our nadis align the matrix way. A reverse karma healing removes nadis. This means that your life force, energetic meridian, is free from energetic exchanging from the matrix and any other kind of energetic exchanging. Without nadis, both nostrils are clear when you breathe. Reverse karma healing and energetic meridians, chapter 14. How do energetic meridians work? The third dimension is the dimension that we all incarnated into. Reverse karma healing is the recovery of energetic freedom in the third dimension. Our breathing is the most important part of our energetic meridians. When we breathe, we are inhaling oxygen that keeps us alive. The chakra wheels enforce the circle of life because we have 8 energetic meridians in our physical body, and the 9th is our energy. In any spiritual pictures, we see that there are more chakras outside of our physical bodies. Reverse karma healing removes all chakras and restores our energy so that it is one energetic meridian surrounding our entire physical body. Reverse karma healing and incarnation. Reverse karma healing is the removal of links to the matrix and anything else. All past lives and this life We are linked into all kinds of energetic enforcements. Reverse karma healing means being removed from any kind of matrix structure or enforcement that prevents us from our ability to become energetically self-sufficient. When linking has been removed, our energetic meridians can begin to restore themselves to their original state. Reverse karma healing begins to recover your energy from past lives and link into past life energetic enforcements. Healing from matrix incarnation is very important because energetic exchanging has happened for many people over multiple lifetimes. Linking, attaching and connecting is also common in dark occultism. Dark occultists may not even know what they are doing is dark occultism. Initiation rites and rituals in secret are a sign that something is dark occult. Your lifetimes are recovered and removed 100% upon matrix exit. Linking and energetic meridians. Energetic meridians, energetic healing. Reverse karma healing returns vitality that has been depleted and restores health. When links are removed, we are no longer exchanging energy with the matrix or anything else. The body is able to restore and begin recovering energy throughout its energetic meridians. We store past life and this life traumas in our energetic physiology. This means that we are carrying energetic memories that are exchanging energy. Reverse karma healing recovers energy from all sources so that energetic trauma begins to heal. Energetic meridians, your chi. Chi is important to your physical body's energy and healing. The body has several different kinds of chi maintaining your health and vitality. Chi is your life force and what enables your body to reach equilibrium. While you are linked into multiple sources, your body loses chi. Restoring chi is vital to your health and well-being. Reverse karma healing begins to return and restore your chi from all sources, which includes this life and all lifetimes. Chi is the life force that runs throughout your physical body and energetic meridians. Energetic meridians, well-being. Well-being is important to remain in homeostasis. Reverse karma healing removes all linking from the physical body. When your energy is being exchanged, it is harmful to your emotional and physical health. If you are linking, attaching or connecting to outside sources, like a drug, it can feel good. The problem is that drugs eventually affect the physical body and it begins to break down. Using outside sources of energy works in exactly the same way. Reverse karma healing, split. Chapter 15. Why is there a split? There is no way that a collective ascension of this planet is possible. Exchanging energy is creating more and more karma and merging everything deeper into the matrix. This means that the people that are connected to their self are being targeted and used. This has been documented historically for hundreds of years with the indigenous, slavery and a witch hunt targeting midwives and healers. People that are connected to their self are people that can help to raise the consciousness of this planet. I became a target of enormous persecution. If we look at history, it is always the people at the top that are navigating, divide and conquer. Who actually gains if the planet continues to decline and exchanging is the primary way of how we treat each other, nature and Gaia? Karma reverse healing removes all exchanging. Removing exchanging enables a split from the matrix and people serving it. A split enables reverse karma healing to recover your energy and ascend karma. Reverse karma healing is an incarnation split so that reincarnation back into the matrix ends. It restores what belongs to you and you become who you were before matrix incarceration. When we are connected to ourselves, we are creating awareness within us. Nobody should dictate somebody else's conscious level or how people are treated. I was energetically raped. The people that persecuted me were just cogs in a wheel. Reverse karma healing is for people that want their energetic freedom and to have a life free of exchanging, merging, and the matrix. Reverse karma healing, 100%. Chapter 16. 100% self. Reverse karma healing is the reconnection to self. For many people, it's a lifetime of wondering what is the purpose of their existence. Most people give up on their soul purpose, or they don't even know what it is. Reverse karma healing is the beginning of a lifetime created by yourself. The human timeline is one created by the collective unconscious. If you try to create something from yourself, it is likely that your energy will be exchanged and people will start doing the same thing. This explains why the same ideas or inventions can happen or occur at the same time by several different people. The creator is usually not one of them, or is so exchanged that they have disconnected and lost any passion for their creation. Energetic exchanging also explains how many people create something once, then disappear, or can never create anything like that again. The self-timeline is the law of mass. Those that are creating from their self are creating heart bridges that create abundance. People are also free to pursue their soul purpose. The self-timeline is 100% 1111 hertz. Reverse karma healing recovers the heart networks and begins to create more. It's the power of the heart and the capacity to love that is the evolution of Gaia. A heart that is free of exchanging and merging calibrates at 1111 hertz. With reverse karma healing, yourself is a connection that is maintained and growing in awareness. You also become 100% 1111 hertz. Reverse karma healing, love. Love your soul. Reverse karma healing begins the recovery of your physical body as it would have been before matrix incarceration. Your soul is recovered fully throughout your physical body, and this means that without exchanging and merging, you can attract friendships and relationships that are energetically compatible. Reverse karma healing restores your spirit family that you resonate with. Energetic merging fools us into feeling connected with people that are not good for our souls. Love, spirit families. Reverse karma healing returns your heart from exchanging and merging so that you are no longer connected to people that are not energetically compatible. The Matrix does everything that it can to disconnect our ability to feel and find our true spirit families. If you are empathic, then you are likely to be surrounded by narcissists. This keeps self-connected people constantly drained and unable to find true love relationships. Reverse karma healing recovers the energetic exchanging that has taken place over lifetimes that continues draining. Love, 1111 hertz. We are all on Gaia together. However, we are not all the same. Reverse karma healing restores your own energy so that you can ascend karma and you do not have to carry the karma of those that cause suffering to others. Reverse karma healing also secures your connection to yourself and prevents it from being stolen. 1111 hertz feels very different to false white light, matrix 963 hertz, because it creates new, higher dimensional neurological pathways that create the real relationships that lift you up and feel good. Reverse karma healing, gifts. Gifts, peace. 1111 Hertz creates new networks throughout your heart that begins the restoration of your heart. Peace is something that many people long for. Reverse karma healing removes the matrix so that it is possible to feel peace energetically. Physically, we live in a world that isn't peaceful. To create a peaceful life physically, it has to begin energetically. Reverse karma healing is the beginning of recovering your energy from the matrix and other sources so that you are peaceful. Gifts, intuition. Reverse karma healing is the restoration of your avatar. The matrix is a mathematical construct. That means that it is codes. All matrix codes are removed. Reverse karma healing returns your gifts and your abilities because energetic exchanging and merging means that your intuitive skills are likely to be merged with other people's. Your intuitive gifts, abilities and skills are also part of your avatar and soul purpose. It may take time to discover your soul purpose, but your soul memory is fully recovered. Gifts, self. Reverse karma healing is the restoration of your heart connection to yourself. The matrix cannot energetically exchange your heart connection, so it uses occultism and people. In a world where everything has been exchanged and merged, there are people that knowingly steal other people's heart connections and intuition. Reverse karma healing recovers your heart connection so that your intuition, gifts, skills and abilities are restored. This repairs your soul purpose so that you can begin a purpose, self-connected, or complete a soul purpose that you had to stop. Reverse karma healing and white ascension. Energetically self-sufficient, end of exchanging and merging. Reverse karma healing is white ascension. White ascension is the ascension of physicality. Energetically self-sufficient is the restoration needed to be free of the matrix. Reverse karma healing recovers all lifetimes and ascends all karma. White ascension is only possible if you are energetically self-sufficient, which means for many a shift in the way you have been doing things. Originally, I created energetic shielding and white magic techniques to help people clean their own energy and create 1111 Hertz. That wasn't possible. People exchanged it, causing the energy to be ripped out of me. I spent decades trying to heal myself from trauma that didn't even belong to me. Before any energetic shielding or white magic techniques, you need to have fully ascended karma and exited the matrix. I don't know why people would rather steal energy rather than have their own, because this is what I do. However, instead of paying me, people preferred to rip me apart. Now, matrix exit begins with reverse karma healing so that anybody wanting their own energy does not have to suffer like I did. I'm a healer and metaphysical biohacker. That is my profession. I worked fighting for my energy and life for 8 years. My energy is not free. What I create and my work is also not available as energetic food. Reverse karma healing is for people that want their own energy and connection to self only. Energetically self-sufficient is ascension 11111. Disclaimer: matrix exit and reverse karma healing. Matrix exit and reverse karma healing. I have created matrix exit and reverse karma healing to help people ascend karma only. Reverse karma healing only works if you're not energetically exchanging, practicing other kinds of energy work, or seeing other healers. I know that there will be other healers in the future that will be healing free of the matrix with other skills to offer. When that happens, I will be happy to tell my clients about them. I have the right to refuse anybody that was involved in energetically exchanging me, merging me, and trying to kill me for my energy and work. Matrix exit cannot be achieved by using outside sources of energy. Game over. This is my voice, Abigail Pattman, also known as Abby, recording and creating this podcast. If I sounded quite serious in this podcast, it's because I've just been through 8 years of persecution and betrayal from a whole bunch of people that I trusted, I knew, and I thought were my friends. What I was creating was for everybody. Until this happened to me and I found out why. And obviously what I am doing, it's not possible. It's not possible for people that are energetically exchanging. It actually took me 7 years to get to the bottom of why. My energy kept getting ripped out of me. And once I got to the bottom of it, now I've put my story in the book. It had to go into Matrix Exit for people to understand what is going on. Because I'm not the only one. I know that. And there's loads of people that are doing this and they don't know the causes or the damage, and it's happening to them. So this is my story. It's in Matrix Exit. And this is what I do. Reverse karma healing. Thank you for listening.